Yo, chat, welcome back to the stream. Be streaming on the mic. Let's get it hype. Smash that follow. Drop your emotes. Pog in the chat. Let's stem the convo. Topics on deck. We going live. I'm the uncle on the cam, spitting knowledge in the memes. From politics to cooking schemes, I'm building dream teams. We raid the mind, no lie. Dive into debates from mental health to daily wealth, staying up late. Chats lit with KW, losing the mix. Bits raining, subs popping. We addicted to the fix. FPS, RPGs, we talking every genre. No cap, real talk, not just gamer paranoia. Be streaming, living the dream. Stimulate your mind, fuel the steam. Drop your questions, light up the screen. Diverse convos in a live stream scene. We flip topics like pages, no limits, no cages. From climate change to road rage, we engage stages. I'm breaking down myths with receipts in the chat. Sub alerts go off, communities where it's at. Pop culture, economics, we mash them up right. IQ high, vibes tight, keep the end game in sight. Emote your feels, share how you heal, it's ideal. Unc's vibe universal, that's the real deal. Chat what you think, hit the clip, let it rip. Tell me your topic. Stream it live, don't skip. Thanks for tuning in. You know the name, Unc be streaming. Catch the next drop. Live talk, always be dreaming. Follow, subscribe, hit that bell ring. Peace out, see you soon, let the hype ring.
Shit.
Stop playing with me, Drake.
DJ K.
Come on. I'm doing up shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with up shit. Type shit. Activity. I'm doing up shit. Fuck all that young shit. I'm cool with up shit. Type shit. Activity.
What up, nieces and nephews? It's your favorite Unc be streaming back in the house, yo. I don't know how long this show gonna be, but it's definitely might be ignorant to some. It might be ignorant to the sensitive, but Unc gonna keep it 1,000 wild. You feel me? We're gonna keep it 1,000. We're gonna keep it real. First of all, before I get to the show, though, I just want to say like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It doesn't cost you a penny, a nickel, or a dime. And it's 100% free. What's up, MS Best? How you doing, brother? Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Don't cost you a penny, nickel, or dime. It's 100% free. But if you do want to support the channel, the cash app's right there, $ Unc be streaming. Taking anything from $1 on up would be greatly appreciated and go out directly into funding the channel for the various apps and software that I utilize to give you the content that I'm presenting to you today. Struggle streamers' lives matter. But if you don't got the dollar or anything above, I understand. If you don't want to give it, I understand. But the like, subscribing, the comment, and sharing is 100% free. So please do that. So let's get to it. Oh, no, before we get to the topic, also self-improve. Cultivate yourself. Build a better you, build a better you, build a better you. Remember, life not a sprint, it's a marathon. Every step, you should always be building a better you. From the day you born to the day you die, life is a work in progress. You should always be trying to become a better version of you, be it physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. Whatever you were at Monday, be a better version of yourself Tuesday. Whatever you were at Tuesday, be a better version of yourself Wednesday. It don't have to be leaps and bounds. It could be baby steps. Learn something new, work out a little harder, whatever it takes. You should always be trying to build upon yourself. Being male, female, whatever, it don't matter. Now, with that said, let's get to the show. So you see in the title, Cassie is one weird, wicked, miserable, pathetic, whatever the title say. Cassie Ventura is all that. Now let's make it clear. I ain't saying Diddy is a saint. This is not a Diddy defense video. This is Cassie is a weird ass, evil, pathetic little person. And is Cassie a victim to DV? She's a victim to DV. But that ain't what Diddy went to trial for, nor is it, so obviously it's not what he's charged with. So if you don't know, Diddy should be getting sentenced today. I mean, not today, this week. I want to say on Friday. Right? They took him, if you're not familiar with the trial, just a week, they took him to court, you know, they were trying to get him all this big time. They were trying to do some RICO organization stuff. I knew they didn't have anything. None of that shit stuck. None of it. The jury didn't even see his so-called victims as victim because there was too many texts, emails, and videos of the people happily, willingly participating, of them saying that I want to do this with you because I don't want you to do it with no one else, or stuff like that. Him telling them, if you don't like this, then just step away. You don't have to do it anymore. The trial was a farce anyway. I heard one of the ladies that was in charge of it, she might have got fired because they did just such a poor job, because they kept DVD. We know he whooped their ass. That's bad. That's terrible. That's unfortunate. But when you hear for this kind of case, and 80% of your testimony was about how he how bad of a person he is, we get it. He ain't a saint. He's a freak. I'm sorry, I'm a freak. Not a freak is Diddy. However, we all know there's such a thing as legal freakiness between consenting adults. The whole people that she was scared, she didn't want to do this, she didn't want to do that. No one can make you do nothing for 11 years that you don't want to do. You're grown. She didn't live with the man. She went home every day. People, well, she couldn't leave. She couldn't escape. She was blah, blah, blah. Then how did she date Kid Cudi? How did she date Michael B. Jordan for a while? How did she cheat on him with the personal trainer that he hired? And then later on married that personal trainer. And then immediately after marrying him had kids. And she didn't get a scratch on her fucking body from Diddy. Matter of fact, Diddy had moved on. He had another freak off partner in 50 Cent baby mama. And he had another public girl to parade around and probably did freaky shit with too, with Young Miami. This man wasn't worried about her. He wasn't going to do nothing with her. She just stuck on Diddy and think Diddy stuck on her. If you follow the trial, heard some of the stuff say, she says she still care about Diddy. She still love Diddy. All this shit. We all know that one girl. Well, we got that bitch sold. You feel me? We all tried to mess with that one chick that some other nigga had her soul. And I suggest in those kind of situations, get out of there ASAP. Please save yourself, my nigga.
Emotional damage.
Because if you don't, you're going to get a lot of that. So, as I was saying, Diddy's getting charged. So yesterday, Cassie sent a letter to the judge to say that she's afraid of Diddy. I think was it her parents or was it her? A letter was written saying, no, I think it was Kat saying that she fears for her life. They want Diddy to go to jail for 11 years for pretty much transporting someone to willingly participate in prostitution, i.e., taking Cassie and 50 Cent baby mama and pretty much buying prostitutes for them. Not even for himself per se. Bringing prostitutes to them. Because they couldn't get him with trafficking them. He didn't traffic Cassie or that woman because it was too much evidence that they had 1,000 ways out and was all on board and was getting funded for their stuff. So transportating for prostitution equates to being a Uber for prostitution. He was the Uber server. He was the Uber provider. For sorry, my computer is acting janky. He's the Uber provider for the freak outs. So yeah, and you're right. When Diddy started moving on, she became jealous and frustrated because she saw other people living the life that she used to have, and she was struggling with a kid or two with a broke ass personal trainer. So she willingly did a lot of stuff that probably hunts her dreams and gives her nightmares, right? And probably give her husband nightmares too. So she thought about the 11 years she gave him. She convinced herself that it stunted her career. She wanted severance pay. She didn't want justice. She wanted severance pay. So she came back and got her money. She got her $30 million off this shit. And like I said, we know Diddy did the DV on her. He's 100% wrong. If she wanted justice, if she wanted him in jail, she should have went for the jail then. Oh yeah, she definitely having nightmares about that shit. It definitely bothers her because of the shame. Not because of the shame, because the world know, her husband know. I mean, the freak off, we know that she let people pee in her mouth. See, she is more haunted by, not by what she did as far as the fact that people know it. The world know it. And now she got to reface those things. She got to look herself in the mirror. She's sitting across the table from her husband. So let's read this letter. Let's read this letter that she sent to the judge. Her hate for this man is ridiculous. You done destroyed this man's reputation. You don't have him sitting in jail. You got $30 million out of him, and then still testified against him anyway. You wrote a letter so he couldn't get bail. And now you writing this long ass fucking letter to try to recommend that he get 11 years because you are afraid. Let's hear this letter though. We're gonna read it to you. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get my assistant to read it. Let's see if that works. Because I do these shows by myself, right? And I gotta let my throat not get too tired. Oh yeah, for all the people on 47. So I don't say pause. If you got a dirty mind, you need to get your life together. Stop having homoerotic fixations. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, we're gonna get my assistant Chat GPT to read Cassie's letter to you. I just copied and pasted it because you know it's public record. Well, her name's on her. It doesn't matter if it comes from her lawyer or not. She wanted it to happen. She blessed off on it. Actually, I honestly think the letter comes suggested strongly from her husband. That man hate Diddy. He hate Diddy because he can't hate Cassie. He had to sit in the courtroom and hear her fucking 3-4 man in a night. Hear her hitting some of them raw. Hear random ass dudes off Craigslist and Backpage shooting the clubs up. Hear random ass dudes pissing on her and in her mouth. He had to hear this stuff to know that sometimes it went on for 24 and 48 hours. To hear sometimes it went on once or twice a week for 11 years straight. He discussed it in her. But that's the mother of his child, his children. That's the wife he chose. And he angry, he mad, and he frustrated. He probably look at her sometimes and want to bash her face in, not to point DV. He probably look at her and get extremely angry. But he don't know what to do. Because he knew about a lot of this shit. He knew about the shit before he married her, but I don't think he knew the details. Trust me. This the first time in that courtroom was the first time that man heard random ass dudes used to piss in his wife's mouth. But who can he get? Who can he lash out on? No one but Diddy. He can't get her. He can't get the dudes. He got to get Diddy. And they can sense that those charges that the judge found him, the jury found him guilty of, ain't enough. So now they're going back to the I'm so scared, I'm so victim route. But the thing is, the jury already didn't see you as a victim. If they did, he would have had different charges. Secondly, how scared are you if you did all the things you testify on? Got in relationships while you was messing with him, cheating on him, just all this. How you scared of a man, but you're gonna start sleeping with someone that he's paying to train you? He's spending his money paying this dude to train you, and you fucking the dude behind his back. How the fuck someone scared of you? So let's hear this letter, this desperate. Like I said, I think this letter was just about her husband. He don't want to see Diddy on the streets again. He want to punish Diddy as much as possible because he can't punish her for the choices she made. So he locked in on Diddy as if he did that shit. What's going on, Nidish? So let my assistant ChatGPT read this letter, then we're gonna go from there. I never did it this way where I post something in there, so just work with me. Bear with me as I figure it out. Let me see. Let me try this. What's going on? That's weird. You know what? I got a better solution. We're going to work it like this, people. Give me just a second. We're going to work it like this. But yeah, so it's kind of like when you dating a woman and she got a baby daddy. For some reason, you use a crash out and you done fuck with a single mom, right? And you taking care of the kid and shit, but she won't put the baby daddy on child support because she don't want to put that on him, but she got you taking care of the kid. Most dudes will get mad because like you my woman. You're my woman, but you still showing this man a certain level of loyalty. So her husband probably want Cassie to show that she's over Diddy. That it's kind of like them lame ass niggas that catch you texting a girl. Then they gotta stand over her shoulder and have her call you to tell you she can't talk to you no more. And don't text her again. And blah, 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 all that. I always thought that shit was hella lame. Cause if you have to stand over your girl and do that for her not to fuck with another dude, you already lost her. You know? And I think that's the situation with Cassie. So I think it's I guess I couldn't, you know what? I was trying my best not to have to read this this long gaslighting as letter. But I just might have to. Damn. I was really trying to avoid it. I was really trying to avoid it. But it is what it is. I guess I can. Let me pull it back up. If they'll let me. Some of these little weird sites be wanting you to subscribe to see shit. I'm not finna do that. We'll try this one. All right. Dear Judge Supremian, I guess that's his name. I have been in a cycle of thought and then overthought writing this letter to you. If there is one thing I have learned from this experience, it is that victims and survivors will never be safe. Although I can hope for justice and accountability, I had come to not trust anything. I hope that your decision considers the truth at hand that the jury failed to see. So now the jury fucked up and the jury wrong. You see this kind of brat shit? You took him to court. You went through the official legal process. You testified for fucking days. His evidence trumped your evidence. But now the jury missed something. Anyway, for 4 days in May, while 9 months pregnant with my son, oh my God. She is trying to pull on the judge's heartstrings. What's the relevance of this? You knew what you were when you got up there. You know how pregnant you were. You didn't even have to testify at all. You wanted to. For 4 days in May, while 9 months pregnant with my son, I testified in front of a packed courtroom about the most traumatic and horrifying chapter of my life. I testified that from age 19, Sean Combs used violence, threats, substances, and control over my career to trap me in over a decade of abuse. He groomed me into performing repeated sex acts with hired male sex workers doing multi-day freak-offs, which occurred nearly weekly. I was forced into lingerie and heels, told exactly how to look, and plied with drugs, alcohol, so he could control me like a puppet. These events were degrading and disgusting, leaving me with infections, illnesses, and days of physical and emotional exhaustion before he demanded it all again. Sex actually became my full-time job, used as the only way to stay in his good graces. I testified that I learned and read Sean Combs' signals, knowing that when he spoke of freak-offs, he was demanding them, and that refusing meant punishment, losing my car, my phone, or worse. You was an adult. Get your own car. Get your own phone. What are we talking about here? Or just lose the car and the phone. This is my thing. If you put your safety, your health, your self-respect over items, that's a choice. Because people act like if they lose something, they didn't have a choice. Let me tell y'all something about choice that a lot of people don't want to accept, especially goofy people on YouTube. Nothing about choice means either of the choices have to be in your favor. Eat shit or die is a choice. You understand? Eat a dead dog ass or a raw fucking cow testicle. That's a choice. A choice just means you got more than one option. So do this freak off or lose your car and your phone is a choice. Therefore, you had a choice, but you chose to do the freak off. Therefore, you didn't get forced to do anything because nothing about choice says that it has to be positive. You just have to have one and more options. Except for you went the route of least resistance. You went the route that was more comfortable and now want to play victim because you chose your comforts over your safety, health, and self-respect. Now you want to act like someone had you in a headlock to do these freak offs. But the videos and the emails and the text messages told a different story. And that's why 12 juries of your peers didn't buy the bullshit. And now you want to write this fuck letter to the jury. Let's get back to this shit. So let's start at the top of this second paragraph. I testified that I learned to read Sean Combs' signals, knowing that when he spoke of freak offs, he was demanding them, and that refusing meant punishment. Losing my car, my phone, or worse. He controlled every part of my livelihood and threatened to destroy my reputation by leaking sex tapes, a threat he repeated often. His power over me eroded my independence and sense of self until I felt I had no choice but to submit. Trust me, she had a choice. Even if it's to go back and live with your parents, because this is the thing. She said she had no choice but to submit, but she had two living parents. And she had no choice but to submit. So how you end up dating Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, and how you end up cheating on him with your personal trainer if you had no choice but to submit. Clearly you had some choices out there. Your ass married with 3 kids now, right? So when he believed I had wronged him or was not sufficiently responsible, he also threatened people around me and those close to me, including my family. I regularly worried that displeasing him meant putting my family and friends' safety at risk. There was no proof or evidence to confirm any of that, and the trial showed that. I testify how beyond these threats, Sean Combs frequently used violence to get his way. Over my nearly 11 years we worked together, Sean Combs would hit me, punch me, and stomp on my face, pull my hair, and throw my body to the ground against the wall. Yes, we saw the video. We know all that happened, but unfortunately, this case was not a DV case. So why did y'all testify about that for 5 days? Why are you bringing it up now? He ain't charged with that. If you wanted to charge him with that, you should have went with that. And I swear to God, he would be in jail. And he need to be in jail for beating your ass like that in that hallway. He need to. But you went the money route. If you want him in jail so bad, get the money back, bitch. I don't know. I'm sorry. When you go civil over criminal, again, you made your choice. So he punched me, stomped me, stomped my face, pulled my hair, threw my body to the ground against the wall. The jury saw pictures of bruises on my back from Combs kicking me and saw the deep gash over my eye. He caused me, slammed me to the bed frame. The entire courtroom watched actual footage of Combs kicking and beating as I tried to run away from a freak off in 2016. People watched this footage dozens of times, seeing my body thrown to the ground, my hands over my head, curled into a fetal position. Oh my God, yes, we saw this DV shit. But it wasn't a DV case. No one is saying he's a good person. See, that whole trial was, if we make Diddy this villain, they're going to give him a lot of time and charge him with all this other shit. But luckily, the jury wasn't emotional morons. Now, the judge, he might be an emotional moron. We'll see when he's sentenced on Friday. But the jury weren't emotional morons. They understand, as fucked up as that video of domestic violence was, as fucked up as what that video of Diddy did, that's not what we're here for today. The judge was probably sitting there, the jury's probably sitting there like, why are we talking about all this DV stuff? This is not the, we ain't trying to prove if he's a good person or not. That's easy to say he might not be a good person. We trying to prove if he did this RICO shit, if he running this RICO organization. That's the reason Cassie, that's the reason nobody didn't believe you. You talking about they believe your DV, because it was just a fact. But it don't matter. It was irrelevant because it ain't a DV case. It's just not. You writing this letter talking about all the DV shit he did as if the judge can legally compromise himself and be like, since he did the DV and got away with it, we're gonna max him out on this other shit to cover down for the DV that she didn't charge him with. That's pretty much what she's begging and pleading for, by the way. So you understand the transporting to prostitution charges don't really carry no time. So she pulling on the judge's heartstrings, bringing up shit that one part of the case to get the judge to do some compromising shit, to throw time on a lesser charge because of other shit that he didn't go to court or trial for. That's exactly what it is. She trying to still tack that DV stuff on to this case and situation because she probably regret, once he didn't get no real time for this, she regret that she didn't go criminal and went civil. But I'm like, yo, sit your ass down on your 30 million and chill the fuck out. You done got the man for 30 million. You done slow this motion, destroy his reputation. He done been locked up. All his business in the streets. What more do you want from him? So the letter continues. Says, people watch the footage dozens of times, seeing my body thrown to the ground, my hands over my head, curled in a fetal position, and shielding me worst of the blows. This physical violence caused bruises that makeup artists paid for by Sean Combs would cover up, as well as permanent scars all over my body. During my time with Combs, I was in a constant state of hypervigilance, and I was always anticipating demands for sex acts or otherwise fearing retribution for any perceived slight. My descent into substance abuse was directly correlated with his increased control over my body, my money, my freedom, and my free will. Again, her choice into substance abuse wasn't directly correlated because you could have not done the drugs. You could not have done the drugs. She acting like she didn't have her home house or own apartment, was handcuffed to a bed. She telling me she could have went and told all this stuff she just said to the police and got a restraining order, moved in with her parents, and blah, blah, blah. Moved to a whole nother fucking state, for Christ's sake. What are we talking about here? Did she even try any of that? Of course fucking not. The simple thing is the lifestyle and the money made her stay, but she don't want to fucking admit that. So she says, my descent into substance, and bitch, you liked it, them drugs. My descent into substance abuse was directly correlated with the increased control over my body, my money, my freedom, and my free will. I used those drugs to push through the horrifying sex acts he demanded and to numb myself to the physical pain and emotional turmoil I was constantly in. When the defense attorneys at trial suggested that my time with Combs was akin to a great modern love story, nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing about this story is great, modern, or loving. This was a horrific decade of my life, stained by abuse, violence, forced sex, and degradation. The jury didn't see it that way. I spent the last 7 years of my life slowly rebuilding myself, physically getting clean from the drug abuse, some calm, forcing courage, and mentally understanding how to live with a seemingly insurmountable level of trauma. The horrors I endured drove me to have thoughts of suicide, ones I almost followed through on, if not for my family intervention and urging that I see professional care. I have been to rehab and have taken part in dozens types of therapy, models to confront, compartmentalize, and cope with the horrific memories of sexual and emotional abuse I endured over 10 years. While what he did to me is always present, I am slowly learning how to live my life for fear and horrors I endured, and in doing so, I am fully devoted to my husband and my children. I still have nightmares and flashbacks on a regular, daily, everyday basis and continue to require psychological care to cope with my past. That's called guilt. That's called shame. That has nothing to do with Diddy. You did that shit and you can't undo it. See, those are the sins of a whore. And it's a lot of porn stars. I can show y'all clips right now. We might go into that later after this video. Alana Rose, porn star, done all the nastiest things in the world. But she, getting pregnant. We don't know about who. Probably another porn star. Some people say Kevin Durant because he did date her for a while. Anyway, she's crying, saying one of her biggest regrets is that she ever worked in the porn industry. That's one of her biggest regrets. She wished that she could take all her videos down. But these are the tears and sins of a whore, the regret of a whore. What women need to understand, you can't untrain the train. You can't ungangbang the gangbang. You can't give us back the dicks that you have received. Say again.
Tactical nuke incoming!
You can't give back the dicks that you have received. So this whole I still have nightmares and flashbacks on a regular everyday basis and continue to require psychological care to cope with my past is primarily because you did that shit and you hate yourself for it. And the memories can't go away. And my point is, when you do a bunch of fucked up whole shit, yes, it's going to be there. But that's the life you chose. Just like I said, a lot of the porn stars, they cry, they regret because, you do a lot of shit from 19 to 30. Now you're 32, you done aged off the industry and you want to live a normal life. But again, you cannot give back the dicks that you have received. You can't untrain the train. You can't ungangbang the gangbang. So you just got to deal with the choices you made. And sometimes you got to accept that you did it to yourself, but that's the part you can't do. So she said, my worries that Sean Combs or his associates would come after me and my family and my reality. I have, in fact, moved my family out of New York area, and I'm keeping it private and quiet as possible because I am so scared that if he walks free, his first action will be swift retribution towards me and others who spoke up about his abuse at trial. Do they think Diddy's fucking nuts? He ain't finna get back in front of no judge over your goofy ass woman. He moved on with you. He done had new freak out partners, new girlfriends, and all kinds of shit. And you got 30 mil, bitch. High top flight security. What the fuck are we talking about?
Oh my God!
You got 30 million. You know I don't know where you stay. No one ain't gonna find you. No one don't give a fuck. As much progress as I made in recovering from his abuse, I remain very much afraid of what he's capable of and the malice he undoubtedly harbors towards me for having the bravery to tell the truth. So she said she's very afraid of what he's capable of, yet she cheated on him with the personal trainer he hired. And we married him and had a kid with him within a year, and didn't, like I said, didn't get touched. If I thought somebody was this kind of mafia level menace where he would get out of jail and track me down and send people to find me and blah blah blah, it don't sound like that's the kind of person that you're gonna cheat on. I'm just saying. The math not mapping. The math is not mapping. Something ain't making sense.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So Let me see what else fuckery they got in this letter. So it says, I remain very much afraid of what he's capable of and the malice he's undoubtedly harbors towards me for having the bravery to tell the truth. His defense, damn this shit, his defense attorney claims he's a changed man and he wants to mentor abusers. I know firsthand what real mentorship means, and this disgusts me. He's not being truthful. How can you prove this, bitch? Now she can read minds, right? I know that who he was to me, the manipulator, the aggressor, the abuser, the trafficker, is who he is as a human. How can you prove this? Are you the same whore, slut, jump off, gang bang Becky, cream pie surprise that you were when you was doing this shit? Huh? Are you the same nasty, I want you to piss in my mouth chick that you were when you was doing this shit? So why he has to be the same manipulator, aggressor, abuser, trafficker that he was back then? She says he has no interest in changing or becoming better, something else she can't prove. He will always be the same cruel, power-hungry, manipulative man that he is, something else she can't prove. When I came out with my allegations in my civil case, he flatly denied them again and again. It was only after actual video footage corroborated the exact words in my civil complaint that he issued an insincere apology on the internet. Thanks to the footage in my testimony, this is also something he will forever be associated with. Okay, bitch, you did your damage and you got 30 mil out of it. Now you want to do this. For over a decade, Sean Combs made me feel powerless and unimportant. Let me say something. No one can make you feel anything. They can do things to you, but you got to choose to feel that way. That's why I don't believe you made me mad. No, you did an action that could make me mad, that could make a person mad. I got to choose to make you mad. You know, I can prove that. How many times has somebody been trying to edge you on, trying to piss you off, but you know what they're doing it, but you choose to ignore it? You're like, I know what this person trying to do. I'm not even going to give me the satisfaction. All right? So no one can make you mad. You have to choose to become mad. No one can make you feel powerless. You have to let choose for their actions to make you feel that way. So she says, but it's like, you know, victim. For over a decade, Sean Combs made me feel powerless and unimportant, but my experience was real horrific and deserves to be considered. While the jury did not seem to understand or believe that I engaged in freakouts because of the force and coercion and offended use against me, I know that is the truth. And his sentence should reflect the reality of the evidence in my lived experience as a victim. Reliving in detail the events and truth described throughout the trial in this letter caused me tremendous emotional pain. Nobody didn't tell you to write this letter. I am trying with all that I can. I am trying with all that I am to move on. No, you're not. You will be chilling with your husband and 3 kids with your 30 million and moving the fuck on. I hope that your sentencing decision reflects the strength it took for victims of Sean Combs to come forward. I hope that decision considers the many lives that Sean Combs has upended with his abuse and control. Thank you for your time and attention. Cassie Ventura Fine. What a sad, pathetic, weird, miserable, piss in the mouth, freak off, nasty little slut bucket. The jury has spoken, bitch. If you wanted him to jail, you should have went criminal on the DV. I swear to God, he would have went to jail. The jury didn't see you as a victim. Now she's trying to backdoor the legal system. She's trying to backdoor the jury. She's calling Diddy a manipulator while writing this long-ass letter to emotionally manipulate the motherfucking judge. Literally.
What the hell?
You just gotta eat that shit like you ate them dicks, baby girl. Hey, you saw the thumbnail. You saw my Boondocks character face. When you see the Boondocks face saying, I'm feeling diabolical, you know I'm about to talk that shit. You got your 30 million. He done sat in jail. All his business out there. Shit that I'm pretty sure he didn't want nobody to know. The jury didn't fall for your shit. The evidence spoke for itself. He got charged with what they felt he did. And the jury was just logical in this. Like I said, I salute that jury for not being emotional, not letting their emotions control things. Even if they didn't like Diddy, didn't like how he lived, and didn't like that he put hands on her. Because I don't even like that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't even believe in kicking and stumping on a man once you got him on the ground. You don't beat somebody down, you don't want, right? It don't take all that. They not even fighting back no more. So I don't believe that in any cases. So you know I'm not for that. Oh, that's not for that for anybody, regardless of gender. Because I don't believe there's no reason to hit a woman, because there definitely is several reasons to hit women. I hit a woman to defend myself from violence. I hit a woman to defend myself from death. I'll hit a woman to protect my children and my property. If you're trying to harm my daughter, if you're trying to harm any of my family members, if you come at me with a knife, a brick, a bottle, anything, if you punch me straight in my mouth, straight in my nose, straight in my eye with balled up fists, I will hit you. I believe in self-defense, in protecting your property and loved ones. And I'm going to protect the property of my loved ones from anybody, regardless of gender. So there's no reason to hit a woman shit. It's just very, very, very false. Because if you people that say that dumb shit are like, cool, so if you arguing with a chick and she said fuck you and grab a knife and come stabbing towards your chest, you just finna stand there and eat that shit? And she slapping your face and spit in your face, you just gonna eat that shit? Slap you, spit in your face, slap you, and punch you in your lip. You just gonna like, I'm going to be the bigger man and walk away. And when you try to walk away, she punch your goofy ass in the back of the head. You just gonna keep walking away, she kick you in your fucking spine. Like, what are we doing here? Shit just sound goofy when you think about it. There's no reason to hit a woman. Shut your goofy ass up, nigga. I'll beat you up myself. Fuck are we talking about here? Motherfucker. I don't know how Twitch. I'm live streaming right. You know, I be live streaming on Twitch, Kit, YouTube, and Rumble at the same time, cause I'm a struggle streamer, right? So I gotta throw my shit out there as much as possible. I don't even know if these other apps even keep my content up. Especially Twitch, cause you know they real weird over there. Cause as you see, I be saying things, you feel me? I be saying things that might not resonate. You know, with a lot of a lot of sensitive people. So let me see something. So let's see. Let's talk about this. This regrets. Actions have consequences, right? And actions have consequences. And we got to understand and accept that when you do certain shit, once it's done, it's done. The time machine doesn't exist. And even if it did, I'm glad it don't, because I don't think the vast majority of motherfuckers is responsible enough to have access to such a powerful tool. Whoever invents the time machine and get their hands on a time machine will have to be a very reasonable, mature, unemotional, logical person, or there would be utter fucking chaos. I would just go back and do simple shit like win the Powerball 3 times. I may do a bomb threat at the Twin Towers an hour before 9/11 just so I can get everybody out the building. So YouTube, I said I'll call in a bomb threat to save lives before context. But see, I think YouTube got an AI algorithm thing that just certain words. But yes, I was just anonymously. I would go back in time, anonymously call it, anonymously. Oh my God, where my light skinned daughter at? Help me out, baby girl.
Once a ton of pine. 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 Once a ton. Once a ton. Once a ton of pine. Once a ton of pine.
So yes, I would anonymously call in a bomb threat an hour or two before 9/11, probably an hour, so everybody can evacuate the building, and then the plane gonna hit, and it's gonna look like it won't be the tragedy that it was. So I'll do little stuff like that with my time travel machine, but yeah. Other than that, I won't try to shake things up too much. I would definitely try to alleviate some tragedies, especially ones involving children. But that's just because I'm a softie when it comes to the kids. But anyway. But the point is, you can't undo the shit. So yeah, that letter from Cassie is just the regrets of a whore, and what we finna witness right now, that's on the screen, is some more regrets of a whore. This is Lana Rhodes, big porn star, hundreds of movies. I seen her do everything you can do in the industry, from the cream bar to the gangbangs to the trains to anal to tossing salad, DP, pissed in her mouth, just everything you could think of. Five Guy, gangbangs, it's Five Guy cream pies, all the stuff. And she did it. She was smiling while she was doing it. This the thing about these people, just like the Cassie situation. She been going, she after she retired and blah blah blah, she been going talking about the industry, how it is and how bad it is, and talking about all the stuff. But she kept in that, she keep that money though. You know, it's like somebody being anti-drugs, anti-drug selling, anti-murder, anti-this, but they living off dope money, blood money, drug money, you know. But let's see, let's check out these crocodile tears of a whore.
So what I was talking about, like being pressured to do like more and more things, more hardcore things. So there's two different main genres of porn. There's gonzo porn, which is the aggressive porn that you guys are talking about. It's the
By the way, she was being pressured to do more hardcore things. And by pressure, she means her manager, the producers, the director said, you know, the fans like seeing stuff a little more raunchy. Can you do this? Can you do that? Now, it's a yeah or nay thing. It's a yes or no. Now you might not get as much work. Your scenes might not get viewed as much because it's an industry. Sorry, baby girl, it's a business. It's a supply and demand. If the friends want to see you get thrashed, if the fans want to see white women get thrashed by 4 black dudes, you got to give the fans what they want. They want to see anal. They want to see gangbangs. It's still a industry. It's a legal industry. You got contracts. You got agents. You get paychecks. It's the corn industry. So, like in any industry, you got algorithms. You got metrics. They know which movies get bought more, which scenes get bought more. Everybody know, first of all, interracial porn, as you don't know, it's one of the most popular genres. So, of course, women get paid a little extra to do interracial. Also, your manager might suggest you do interracial even if you don't want to, because if you don't, it's going to limit your work. So, this pressure she's talking about ain't just we want to make you do nasty stuff. It's that if we're gonna shoot this scene, we need to get the most money out of it possible because this is what the people want. In any job, is gonna ask you to perform on the level to give the services exactly that the customers want. Exactly. You gotta stay on top of your game in anything. But let's see. Let's hear her version.
when it comes to that. So what I was talking about, like being pressured to do like more and more things, more hardcore things. So there's two different main genres of porn. There's gonzo porn, which is the aggressive porn that you guys are talking about. It's the rough anal sex. It's the choking.
I laugh at how somewhere in the black community, on the black YouTube, I'm gonna stop saying that goofy shit. People start saying corn and they call Jewish people small hats, which I think is more derogatory than calling them a Jew. They Jewish. They would tell you they're a Jew, but you can't say Jew. And they claim it's for the YouTube algorithm. Well, I don't even care because if context matters, if YouTube were to suspend me for saying Jew, I'll just challenge it and reference the time frame where I saw it, and they would see that I wasn't saying nothing negative or derogatory. It's like me saying I had this soldier named Ryan. His last name was Ryan, and he was a Jew. He was an amazing soldier. I said the word Jew, but what are we talking about here? So yeah, anyway, but yeah, I'm saying that because this woman is saying this video on YouTube is monetized and she's talking about porn. She's not saying corn.
When it comes to that, so what I was talking about, like being pressured to do like more and more things, more hardcore things. So there's two different main genres of porn. There's gonzo porn, which is the aggressive porn that you guys are talking about. It's the rough anal sex, it's the choking. And I'll go more into that. And then there's vanilla porn, which is what Olivia is talking about as ethical porn, is what I think you would consider. It's just like classic, like missionary, like just like basically like artsy sex.
I was gonna say, wait, I'm kind of laughing the inside because I've had someone call me vanilla before.
I mean, I love vanilla.
Like, why are you so
like
vanilla?
vanilla.
I'm like, what do you mean?
It makes me kind of hungry, but I've never even heard of the term gonzo, to be honest.
Yeah.
By the way, there's no such thing as ethical porn. It's just whole stuff, but it is what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
So gonzo is the first level of it, I would say, would be just, it's just like there's no like artistic vision to it. It's just like rough, hardcore sex. And that could be vaginal penetration. The next level up would be anal penetration in a gonzo style. And then there's a level far more than that. And I would say that during my time in porn, I'm not sure what is like the hype right now in porn. It goes through like different phases. But during my short stint in porn, the really extreme acts were what was popular. And that's why, being the #1 performer in the industry at the time, everyone wanted to make money off me. So they pushed me to do these things.
Everybody wanted to make money off her, as if she didn't make any.
Oh, hell no.
Everybody wanted to make money off her, so they pushed her to do things as if she was getting nothing in return. Let me see something real quick. She said her short time in the industry, right? Let's see. How many movies this woman made? They said she made like 250 films. Jesus Christ. So, man. But yeah. So she said people wanted to make money off her, right? Like she wasn't getting a paycheck. I hate to tell you, but that's how working for others work. It don't matter if you do porn or you work at Amazon. People are paying you because you are making them money. Part of your job ain't just to get money. It's just for the people that's put into the shit to get money. No one's trying to make money off you. You's a worker. That's how shit work. What are we talking about? You think these cameras, these lights, this editing, this set, this production, this shit ain't free? This shit ain't free. These people, when they making this porn, they shit cost. So yes, they want to make some. They're not finna just put everything into anything, record some shit, and then pay you and not make nothing themselves. What the fuck kind of business model?
Oh, my God.
Is she fucking talking about and people wanting to make money off me? No fucking duh. But it's not like she's not getting paid. But now she's the victim. Everybody won't make money off her. But this whole millionaire, she a millionaire though.
And it just gets really money off me. So they pushed me to do these things. The number one performer in the industry at the time, everyone wanted to make money off me. So they pushed me to do these things. And it just gets really extreme, like you were saying, abusive.
Did you ever go through those experiences where you had to do a scene where it was very aggressive and you just felt like...
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. Like, honestly, some of my experiences are really humiliating for me, and I wish that they never happened. There's stuff going on, like people getting...
Sound like something we just kind of read, right? Some of the things are really humiliating me, but I wish that was, oh well. The time machine don't exist. Again, you can't ungangbang the gangbang. You can't untrain the train. You can't give us back the dicks that you have received. And women need to watch these kind of videos as they say, I'm young. I'm just living my life. I'm finding myself. Blah, 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 blah. That's why you got so many women in their 30s and stuff. They bitter, they mad, they misandrous, they got all this trauma and all these issues and blah, 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 because they did a bunch of nasty, humiliating, degrading shit because they thought it was fun. They weren't thinking for the future, but now they got to sit here without the outcomes they want, and they want to be treated a certain way and seen a certain way, but the past is real. For all the people that said the past don't matter, they need to listen to watch shit like this and understand that a certain past can fuck up your mental state for the future. So if the past don't matter, then why so many people have trauma? See, the concept that the past don't matter is idiotic, because if the past didn't matter, no one would have trauma. If the past didn't matter, trauma wouldn't exist. Think about it. If the past didn't matter, some poor person wouldn't need therapy because of Uncle Bad Touch with his nasty ass. If the past didn't matter, a chick that was getting domestically abused, wouldn't flinch when her new boyfriend do like this to scratch his head real quick while he's standing next to her. She wouldn't jump if the past didn't matter. So all the people, the past don't matter, we all know that's just a lie anyway. Because the past damn sure fucking matter. Because you know why? Tell y'all something. Let me motherfucker tell y'all niggas something. You know what I'm saying? Let Unc tell y'all motherfuckers something. But we know when I tell y'all something, I gotta tell y'all something.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Yo, undeniable truth. Anybody, I challenge any goofy motherfucker on these YouTube streets to prove this wrong. How we know without any doubt, and how we understand that women know that the past matters. They know this without any doubt. Any motherfucker with a slightly functioning brain understands the concept of the past matters. And this is why. When you go to a job interview, what do you bring? A resume. And what is a resume? A resume is a record of the jobs you had in the past, so they can see how well you can perform the job that you're applying for right now. When you go to a job interview, you take a drug test to see if you use drugs in the past, as in before you apply for the job. Because the past matter. You can't come in there and be like, it's in my system, but I stopped 2 weeks ago. When you go to a job, you do a background check you do a background check to see if you did any crimes in the what? In the what? The past. Because they understand that your actions and choices and experience in the past is an indication of what your actions and your choices and decisions will be in the present and the future. So, if you would do this for something as trivial as a job, something that can fire you without a notice, something that some of us has had dozens of, something that you can quit when you want. If the past matters for a job, why the fuck wouldn't it matter for who you marry, for who you have kids with, for who you give your last name, for who you connect your family and finances to? I would love to see all these the past don't matter hoes to go on a job interview and tell that fucking hiring manager why you need a resume, why I gotta take a drug test, why do you need a background check? The past don't matter. I ain't like that no more. I changed. Fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. Woo. Get the fuck out of here. That shit's so goofy.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, 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 no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no.
So yes, my friends, that is anybody. I challenge anybody. I would give you $100 if you can clearly and concisely prove some wrongness to what I just said, to that proof. Not only does the past matter, that these hoes know the past matter. They just don't want it to matter because they understand if it matters, they have to face and deal with the consequences of their actions and choices. Now, back to the fuckery.
Pissed on, men are pissing and fish that they never happened. There's stuff going on, like people getting pissed on, men are pissing inside of women's vaginas, assholes, down their throats. People getting pissed on. I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. Like, honestly, some of my experiences are really humiliating for me, and I wish that they never happened. There's stuff going on, like people getting pissed on, men are pissing inside of women's vaginas, assholes, down their throats. Sorry.
Oh, don't cry.
Told myself it was negative.
Now I'm crying. I'm like, God damn it. No, don't cry.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
giving some examples, but
No, that's honestly, that's really hard. And I think, like I had mentioned earlier, it's just so important for young men to stop viewing women as sex objects, because I believe that, instilling that curriculum in school.
Now, young man viewing women as sex. Let me tell y'all something. Oh Lord. I'm,
Tactical nuke incoming!
young men need to stop seeing women as sex objects. No. It is a woman's job to show a man that she has more to offer than just sex. Simple as that. But nobody wants to admit that. It's a woman's job to show the man that she has more to offer than sex. A heterosexual male gonna see a pretty woman. He's going to see a sexy woman, and he's gonna do his biological imperative to want to sleep with her. It's up to her to show him something that's worthwhile to stay around after he got the sex. Women want men to stay around just because they got the sex. But that's not how life works. You have to do your part. You either withhold the sex until you get some commitment, which a lot of them don't have the strength to do, because women like sex just as much as men, if not more. And the proof of that is the amount of abortions that been in history, and the amount of single mothers, and how frustrated and angry they get when even the conversation of abortion come up, because they wants to fuck without consequences. Men ain't objectifying women either. Women, we don't have to. We don't even have to objectify women. We don't have to sexualize women, because they do it for us. They do it for us. You got a 60-something, a grandma on here on YouTube. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm feeling diabolical today. Her name Bomb Cherry. She made a show. She tagged me into the title, saying something about why these men so dumb, blah, blah, blah. I didn't even waste my time watching it, because I don't want to hear nothing from a grandma, 30 years married, that got a goddamn OnlyFans. Can't tell me shit about what a man's supposed to say, about how a man's supposed to act with women, but a man should be when you cut yourself having a husband and you doing that shit. You ain't with no man. Go on her IG. It's called Bomb Cherry Juice. This woman got bent over lingerie pictures all on her shit. All on her shit. And they not from the past. They from 2019, 2021, all that kind of stuff. And she been married for 30 years. But get on these panels and want to judge, critique, and got a lot of shit to say about what a man should be, what a man should do, and about black man, how we should respect this, respect that. Nigga, you can't tell me to respect nobody when you don't respect yourself and the man you married. And you can't tell me you respect him because you married with an OnlyFans. You got lingerie, 60, a goddamn grandma with pictures on there that a 20-something-year-old shouldn't even have. No people, it's shit, it's pictures on her shit that is literally for your fucking spouse eyes only. Unless you are a Victoria's Secret lingerie model. And it ain't just the pictures, it's the poses. I'm talking about arch back, ass up, face down, raunchy fucking Hustler magazine type pictures. I can't even pull the IG up. It's on IG, but I don't want that shit on my YouTube to show you. But my point of bringing that up is because we're talking about, you know, how motherfuckers want to act like they get sexualized and objectified and all that shit when they not. They do that shit for us. They do that shit for attention and validation to where a man don't have to objectify a woman because they're gonna show you that booty hole. They wearing these. Listen, I done seen chicks half naked. Now, in these days, I didn't even have to ask. You don't even have to ask. You just run across them on IG and you get to see some shit that at one time in history was boyfriend level. We ain't gotta sexualize, objectify shit. When you fucking put on some workout tights and pull them up to your belly button to where we see your whole pussy print and push that motherfucker towards Instagram camera like this. We ain't gotta objectify and sexualize these motherfuckers when every workout video they have be booty first. It don't matter what workout. Sometimes it's not even the best angle for the workout. We can't even see your form. We can't even see if you're doing the workout right. The video starts booty first. The camera just booty first. Angle low, straight. We already know this workout ain't about the workout. This ain't instructional. You trying to show your ass, yo. And then they, at the same time, they wearing clothes 2 sizes too small. And then want to bitch whine and complain about being motherfucker objectified. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It doesn't cost you a penny, a nickel, or a motherfucking dime. It is 100% fucking free. But if you want to support the channel, anything from $1 on up will be greatly motherfucking appreciated and go directly into supporting the channel with the various apps and software that I pay monthly for to give you the content that I'm giving you today. Hook me up with the HBO special. Help a brother out. I'm over here not struggle streaming. I'm struggle streaming. So any support would be greatly appreciated, especially the like, subscribe, the comment, and sharing. Also leave some comments, questions, concerns, complaints, agree, disagree. It don't matter. You can even dislike the video. It don't matter. Just help a brother out and just give me some interaction, please. It'll be greatly appreciated. By the way, shout out to the replay game for the people that come out later throughout the week, later throughout the day to check out the videos. You greatly appreciate it. You're not forgotten. And also to y'all replay game people, don't forget the Cash App is open 24/7. So even if you're watching it on a replay, the Cash App ain't closed, and the like button ain't closed, the comment button ain't closed, and none of that shit it's all 24/7 around here. And so please do whatever you do, support however you want. Anything will be greatly appreciated. And shout out to y'all people in the replay game. Now, that other subject about the Bon Cherry shit, I wasn't even gonna address the shit until I saw Jay Prince addressed it because he was tagged in that video too. and he talked about her OnlyFans and her IG. I'm like, hold up, what's going on here? Much shit as she talk? She quit to call women whores and sluts and talk all this stuff. And you go there to her IG and that motherfucker is wild. You would think that shit was the IG of a 21-year-old unmarried woman. Not making this shit up, yo. I'm not remotely exaggerating. Straight up. So I was gonna address the shit too. I saw that shit and I'm like, the audacity to be has so much to say when you fucking a grandma living like this. And then dudes let her up on panels to talk all this shit about men. And niggas don't ever address that shit. I guess they're just respecting their elders. But that ain't nothing a motherfucker that's that old and been married that long can say to me when I could go on IG and see the edge of your starfish on you know they call it a booty holder. Look, the way it come out with the lines and your brown eye, your starfish, your booty pucker, whatever you want to call it. I can see the edges of that shit on IG, and you sitting there fucking 50-something, 60 years old. Fuck are we talking about here? And being married. But you want to talk shit about a nigga. If I'm stupid, your husband's certified retarded. But let's get back to this fuck ass video and these crocodile tears. I'm feeling diabolical.
Damn it.
There's stuff going on, like people getting pissed on. Men are pissing inside of women's vaginas, assholes, down their throats. Sorry.
Oh, don't cry. Told myself it was negative. Now I'm crying. I'm like, God damn it. No, don't cry.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
giving some examples. But
No, that's really hard. And I think, like I had mentioned earlier, it's just so important for young men to stop viewing women as sex objects, because I believe that, instilling that curriculum in school at a younger age. And they had actually said, there's a fact that says that the more a young person had learned about the use of pornography from their school education or sex education is less likely to see women as sex objects. And I feel that's why, I feel so passionate about the porn industry, because I don't believe that they should be showing those types of scenes, because it does view women as just an object, and it's not okay to do that. Like, I enjoy watching porn. Like, girl, like but like I want to watch ethical porn. I want it to be normalized, and I want it to be taught to where it shouldn't be to where a woman is being abused and is, like the male is showing aggression, because that actually is going to translate into his relationships with women in the future, his wife. Like, it's actually statistically proven that it's going to show aggression in a marriage and a relationship. And that's, how is that healthy? Like, that's not healthy at all.
Well, a lot of it is like young boys don't understand, and they think that this is normal and that's what girls want. So they've probably never been with a girl before, and they see these horrible things, and they're like, oh, this is how to please a girl. This is what I have to do.
Yeah.
This is what she wants. And then they, do these things and they act certain ways, and they don't realize the effects that they're having on women.
yeah, well, they do say that serial killer and rapists are the ones who are consuming these extreme types of porns. A lot of serial killers, when they've gone through their search history, they're watching like these abusive porn, and there's tons of pornography on there.
I see connecting it to serial killers and blah, blah, blah. Like, listen, yo, you's a grown-ass woman. You literally, this ain't no back alley shit. She worked for the major official 100% legal porn production companies. I'm talking lights, camera, actions, top of the line equipment. They weren't in the room alone. You had camera guys, sound guys, directors. You had motherfucking food off to the side, because, you could see behind the scenes of some of these things. It wasn't like in a raunchy motel, some random guy with an iPhone 8. No. This is contract sign. This is you not getting paid. You're not getting slid. She wasn't getting slid a couple hundreds cash. This is checks. You a 1099 contractor, motherfucker. You got contracts with these people. These people got physical buildings and headquarters and attorneys and accountants. These real companies you work for. It's like it wasn't no, you wasn't no victim. None of these scenes, none of the scenes she did was snuck up on her. She never pulled up to no set. Oh, by the way, you gonna do a Five Guy gangbang today, heifer, and they gonna piss in your mouth. My point is, all this shit she bitching about, trust me and believe, she said yes to. She had to. She had to have said yes, or it wouldn't have happened. She didn't have to say yes, but for it to happen, she had to say yes. Because if she shouldn't say yes, the shit wouldn't have been in the scene. Now, they would have been like, you ain't doing the dirty stuff we need you to do, so we might not work with you as much. But that's the right of the production company, because if you ain't making the scenes my customer want, why the fuck is we giving you money? Supply and demand. You don't have to supply what the customer demands, but don't expect to keep getting paid by the company if you're not fulfilling a customer demands. That's just how businesses work. It just happened that you in the business of coochie popping on the camera, so you're trying to make their business practices something super evil, when in reality, it's just normal fucking business practices.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I obviously, like I said,
of pornography on their search history.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I obviously, like I said, I've watched porn. I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with watching.
Yeah, porn, but I've stumbled upon some videos where I'm not gonna lie, I really questioned, why is this even allowed on the internet? Like, I felt very I was just turned off. I was like, shut my laptop. Like, I can't even look at this. I was like, I cannot believe that this is okay. Like, this is not okay to treat women like this.
Yeah. Well, I know that I got emotional, but I do want to continue giving examples.
She said it's not okay to treat women like this. Treat them how? In the way in the scene they chose to do and sign a contract for? What are we talking about here? They washed their ass, hopefully, got dressed, drove to the location, spoke to the filming crew and the director, spoke to the actor they acting with, sat there and chill as they get the lights, camera, action shot up, and did they goddamn scene. Treated how? Huh? The way they wanted to? The way they signed their contract to? The way they got paid for?
Of some of those things, just so people know. What were some of the things that you saw that you were like, wow, this is really crazy?
Yeah, I mean, there was one scene where I had seen, obviously the male was having sex with a girl, and she was literally crying because he was being so aggressive. Like, I guess, he was just too big for her. I mean, she was like full blown crying, and he was like slapping her, like, you like that? Like, I was just like, oh my God, how can this I could not get off to this. I don't know who watches this too.
Some people have that fetish, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
and that's why they put it out there, because they're like, oh, somebody will watch it, which is just like, no offense, but like, that's disgusting, because obviously she's not okay.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, it really makes me sad, because I think of the girl and I think, wow, like, I can just see it in her eyes that she did not want to do this scene, but she's doing it because of the reasons of, you know, she needs the money, or this is a flexible job for her right now. She was.
So if you don't want to do something and you do it because you need the money and it's a flexible job, what about the female brain don't get that clearly you wanted to do it because you chose it. You chose to do the shit. The female brain is so fucked up with accountability. They think if they in need and they do some shit, it's not on them. Her logic goes with the people. That's like me saying, my kids had to eat. So that's why I broke in your house and stole your shit. And I'm not a fucking thief and a burglar because my kids had to eat. What the fuck are we talking about here? I'm robbing motherfuckers at the ATM because my baby needs some Pampers. But I'm just doing what I had to do because my baby needs some Pampers.
Of the reasons of, you know, she needs the money, or this is a flexible job for her right now. She was convinced, she was pressured, you know, she was manipulated into doing this by her agent because he, you know, told her like it's either this way or the highway. Like, I can't even imagine how that girl felt having to do something that she clearly.
You know, this way or the highway is a choice. Literally, this way, or choose this way, or choose the highway. So if you choose this way, no one didn't make you do this way because you had to choose this way. Choose this way or choose the highway. You never got made to do anything. And these hoes will forever be doomed and lost. And their life will forever be in shambles until they can just grasp this basic shit. They and accept it. But like I said in my rant when I was standing up, they fundamentally understand all these things. It's just that it's called cognitive dissonance. They understand it, but it clashes with what they want. So they start glitching, and pretty much for all intents and purposes, they become retarded. When something that doesn't fit your narrative and how you want things to be doesn't fit with reality, some people can't handle that. So when they talk, they sound really fucking stupid and delusional. And that's what we be witnessing a lot.
Does not want to do. Like, this is not acting. Like, she's full blown crying. Mm-hmm. You know, like there's just no way she's acting and enjoying this. So
if she was crying and hating it so much, she could have yelled, cut, stop the scene. A camera's rolling, so there's going to be evidence. Again, it's the director there. It's a camera guy. It's the lights guy. It's the audio guy. And she, God, stop, get off me. I don't want to do this no more, blah, blah, blah. The shit's not going to continue. And if she didn't want to do it, but she kept doing it because she needed the money, that was a choice.
Yeah. No, I've had friends who have been choked out so much that they've actually passed out during a scene. There's really just like crazy stuff going on that damages people's bodies for the rest of their lives. Mm-hmm. I luckily don't have any issues, but I've seen scenes shot in Europe where guys are literally punching into a girl's asshole like this. And like, she's going to have issues for the rest of her life due to this. And is it worth someone making a little bit of money and someone jerking off to it? Mm-hmm. one of the worst. Honestly, I feel like I'm in denial sometimes and I can't accept some of the things that I've done. There is one thing that, I tried talking to a therapist about before, something that I had to do for a scene that was really rough for me. Basically, this guy had a bowl and he like gagged me until I threw up into it, and then he like pissed in the bowl, and during the scene he asked me to drink it, and I didn't know how to say no. It was one of the most.
She didn't know how to say no, but she just said the word no in her sentence. I didn't know how to say no. Grown ass woman, a dude stuck something in her mouth till she threw up. She said a pole, but it was probably his meat. She threw up in a bowl, and then he pissed in the bowl and asked her to drink it, and she didn't know how to say no. Grown ass woman. I bet if I walked up to her and told her to eat this shit sandwich, she'll tell me no. She just can't cope with the fact that she did anything for the sake of money. Now she want to act like I couldn't say no. Again, these are the consequences of being a whore, the sins of a whore, the regrets of a whore, like how Cassie having. And since she can't punish herself, and she hate herself, she writing these long ass letters to get this man 11 years in jail for some shit that she was co-signing to. And the jury agreed that she was co-signing to. But the real person you hate is yourself. And it's a coping mechanism.
Disgusting, foul scenes I ever had to do. And I'm telling a therapist this, and they don't even fucking know what to say to me.
Yeah.
No one can relate. Like, no one fucking knows what to say.
The therapist didn't know what to say to you because, no, the therapist knew what to say to you. He just understands she couldn't handle the truth. The therapist probably wanted to say, why did you drink it then? Why couldn't you say no? But the therapist knew that he wouldn't have gotten none out of her. She would have clowned up, and he probably would have lost the patience.
Oh my God.
About it.
And so when it obviously I don't know how like porn is shot. They don't tell you beforehand. Did they tell this guy to do these things, or did he just in his own brain?
This one, my
decide?
agent was actually very pissed about.
Okay.
And again, like, I'm not saying that I was raped.
But you were put in a spot. You were
I told this guy, like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. I didn't know how to say no. I just wanted everyone to be happy.
But you were put in a spot. You were
I told this guy, like,
these things, or did he just in his own brain?
This one, my
decide?
agent was actually very pissed about.
Okay.
And again, like, I'm not saying that I was raped.
But you were put in a spot. You were
I told this guy, like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. I told this guy, like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. I didn't know how to. I told this guy, like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this.
But you were put in a spot. You were
told this guy, like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this.
But you were put in a spot. You were
told this guy, like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. I didn't know how to say no. I just wanted everyone to be happy. So I can't blame anyone. All that I can do now is make the best of my experiences and accept it.
I can't blame anyone, but for the whole video, she's been blaming men in the industry and all kinds of shit. Oh shit. They just talk in circles, walking contradictions. They will be arguing with themselves. they would disprove their own points and opinions. The shit is hilarious.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Which is really hard for me to do. Sorry, what was your question again?
I mean, no, like I think you pretty much answered my question, but no, I was just gonna, chime in and say about how you had to do something that you didn't want to do or you felt pressured. I definitely can relate to that, just even by like working at Hooters. I know me and you have worked there. I obviously have a little longer history of that, and I definitely was a sex object. Like that's who I was viewed as working at Hooters.
Get a job. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Tactical nuke incoming!
These bitches is stupid. They stupid. These hoes are dumb. They bums. They don't know nothing. Their brains are smooth. How in the fuck do you get a job at a place like Hooters? A place called Hooters. And act shocked, appalled, surprised, bamboozled, offended, appalled for being sexualized or objectified. How do you take a job at a place when you know the uniform is leggings and some coochie cutter booty shorts with a spandex shirt on? And act like you a victim. You were done wrong. Shit. My apologies. Back to the fuckery.
I've worked there. I obviously have a little longer history of that, and I definitely was a sex object. Like that's who I was viewed as working at Hooters. Clearly, I was the complete opposite of that. But I definitely was pressured into some things that I didn't want to do with men. They had the audacity to ask me to literally go give them a hand job behind the dumpsters. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not funny, but
No,
it's like comical.
It's
but
comical.
It's behind a dumpster.
No, I was really thinking, first off, why not at least the car?
Yes,
Like,
a dumpster.
Second off,
She didn't say she didn't do it. She didn't say she didn't do it. She gave that hand job behind that dumpster. You dumpster hoe.
Oh my God.
She probably gave this dude right here a hand job behind a dumpster.
Baby girl, I like your bum bum.
What?
can you imagine you're at a restaurant and you have the audacity to look at your
Sweetie,
waiter
they're
or
waitress. What do you mean?
I don't give a fuck.
After I finish my chicken tenders, can you go jerk me off behind this dumpster?
Oh my
God. But they would push my limits. Like they would just kind of like joke around at first, or like, oh,
and
I'll give you
quite
$100.
touchy sometimes too, no?
Yeah, and they were like, oh, I'll give you $100 if you take off your panties for me. And I was vulnerable. I was young. I was like, oh, like no harm. Like okay, like he just wants my panties. Like heck.
I was vulnerable. I was young.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
And I'm glad she said that because I was going to say, I know girls. Now, these niggas is weirdos and they lame as fuck. But people got their fetishes. But I know girls, Cash used to pay them 60, 80, $100 for the leggings that they had on. And and the thing is, they cost like $3 or $5. They had a machine in the back area where you put a couple of dollars in, and some new leggings will come out because their leggings often got tears in it. So, and they wouldn't want no. They wanted the ones they had on right now. The ones she done worked a double in. She done walked around for 8 to 12 hours in them shits, waiting tables. Then a little nasty panty sniffing, legging sniffing ass weirdos. They wanted those. And if I was a woman working at Hooters and a dude wanted some random ass $3 fucking leggings that I was walking around in, I sell them shits for $100 too. But what I wouldn't have done is act like I got robbed in this shit. Like I was the victim. And the excuse of I was young and vulnerable. No, motherfucker. You wanted that motherfucking money. That's money. That dinero, that green, that whatever the fuck. Skid marks in them hoes. Man, buying them little leggings smell like bacon bits and tuna casserole. Them niggas is weirdos that do that shit. Loser shit. That's loser shit, by the way.
Yeah, $100. Like,
but
that's
then they're
gonna
gonna
keep.
they're gonna be like, how much?
They kept pushing
how
and
much
then put me
can I
on.
give her?
And once they like put you on the spot, like it's so hard to like say no, and you feel so awkward because you don't want to ruin a relationship with a client who comes into Hooters and you take off your panties for me. And you know, I was vulnerable. I was young. I was like, oh, like no harm. Like okay, like he just wants my panties. Like heck yeah, $100. Like
But
that's
then they're gonna be like, how much?
They kept pushing
how
and
much
then
can I
put me
give
on.
her?
And once they like put you on the spot, like it's so hard to like say no, and you feel so awkward because you don't want to ruin a relationship with a client who comes into Hooters every single day, who is basically paying your bills, who's tipping you, you know, too. You don't want to piss them off to where they're going to go say something. So, you know, I definitely can relate on the pressure thing, and I can definitely understand how you felt like being put in a situation that you did not know you're going to be put in, because it is so hard to get out of that. So, you know, like I definitely understand sex workers and the porn industry a lot more just because I've had personal experiences that I can relate to.
Yeah.
So that was just a glimpse into the mind of the regretful whore. And I'm glad I played that video because it gives us an understanding of like why Cassie feels the way she feels and hate Diddy so much and trying to manipulate the judge and talking about shit that the trial not about and keep bringing up all the stuff he did and acting victim, and the jury didn't feel she was a victim after all the evidence. She even, like I said, went to lengths to say the jury got it wrong, they didn't understand, they didn't get it, blah blah blah. So she's saying that she's smarter than the jury, yet she's the one that didn't know how to move when the nigga was pissing in her mouth. But she want to act like she smarter than the goddamn jury. Houseway, make it make sense. Make it make sense, yeah. So yeah, I will be doing the show Friday. Friday gonna be a long day for me. I'm gonna try to do a show and catch the verdict. I might be live before the verdict happen and do a verdict show Friday, man. But I should be able to, since the verdict gonna be in the daytime. Cause Friday, yeah, I should be good. Friday ain't nothing but movie night for the family. We do a movie night every first Friday of the month. Don't really know what I'm going to watch, but I definitely would be. I would probably do a show for that. I know a lot of people gonna be doing it, but you know, I'm team struggle streamer over here. Team struggle streamer. I think I be having a good time. I hope the few people that watch it have. I had no idea. I'm gonna have to go check what time the trial start. What time is the expected verdict? Because it shouldn't be a lot to say. The trial is hell, you know. Let's find out now. Shit. What am I talking? I'm sitting here in front of a computer. What time will the let's see this verdict? Let me see. Let me see. The sentencing might be, when is it? He's being sentenced on October the 3rd, which is Friday. They don't have a particular time as of yet. So I would probably just have to wake up early in the morning and go live, but I'm not really good at getting up early in the morning. But whenever I wake up, I'm just gonna fire it up, and hopefully I can fire up before the verdict come, and then we do a live reaction to the verdict. Personally, I think it can go either way, because I don't think the judge like him. It depends on the integrity of the judge. Because if the judge has integrity, Diddy's going to get time served or maybe probation. But if the judges have no integrity and connect the shit that Diddy didn't get charged with, that he don't like about Diddy, like the DV and just his lifestyle, and try to use the maximum penalty for what he did get found guilty of as a cover down for the shit he think Diddy should have went to jail for. If the judge does that, he might get some time. So it's really based on the judge's integrity or what he care about his image and what his integrity looks like. So that's a very, very troubling and sticky situation, to be honest, in my opinion. And one of the problems with the legal system, I think, is that, you know, a lot of shit is up for interpretation on how the judge feel about you and how they feeling like that day. Because two people can go in same state, same judge, same crime, same criminal record, same everything, and get two different sentences. You know, they got standards and guidelines. They got minimums and maximums, and that's the problem. We got minimum and maximums, and the minimum and maximums are all depending on what the judge want to do that day, instead of the nature of the crime. And you get therefore you get a lot of how I feel about you. Like, if I did this and the other person did this, but I'm a better person than the other person, and I get last time because I'm a better person in my personal life. Well, are you charging me for my personal life or for the crime I did? I'm in here for the crime. I did this crime, he did this crime, but at the same time, I'm a father, I'm a youth pastor, I'm in the community, I donate to blah, 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 all that shit. That's cool and all, but you did this crime. I think you either charge for the crime or not. That's how I see about crime. That's a good question. Why is Diddy was the one that went to prison? Why is Diddy in trouble when all the evidence shows that Cassie was reaching out to the people, Cassie was communicating with the people, Cassie was finding the people, paying the people. Cassie even did, this the funny part. For a person that hate freak off so much, it came out in the trial that she sometimes did freak offs when Diddy wasn't in town. How he made you do these freak offs and you hated him so much when he didn't even have to be there for you to do them. There's messages and stuff of her messaging him. So we doing a freak off this week. Diddy said, "No, I'm kind of tired. I ain't really doing to." She like, "No, but I really wanted to blah, blah, blah." She was a drug and sex addict, but now she got horrid regret. And you know, one of the powerful things about the human brain is that we can create narratives and lie to ourselves and rewrite history to the point where we would actually believe that shit. We can lie to ourselves, coping mechanisms, rewrite history to the point to where we can sometimes pass a goddamn lie detector test because we convince ourselves that we ain't lying.
Oh my God.
And that's what she did to cope with the nasty shit. The nasty shit that she did.
What's that? What's that, brother?
And now that she got
emotional damage,
she want to get Diddy maxed out in jail as much as possible. But again, she should have went for the DV instead of that 30 million. And he will be, his weird, goofy ass will be in jail. Again, this ain't no Diddy Defense Force here. This ain't no Diddy Defense Force, but they did their shit. They did it within the law. The judge didn't bite. He got charged with what he is. So stop bringing up old shit. Start writing these long ass letters to the judge. Stop trying to use all this shit that you say happened that the jury didn't agree, this victim shit, to get the judge to penalize this nigga for the crimes you feel he did instead of what he charged with. That's all I'm saying. Talking about Diddy and manipulating and all that when you write a letter to manipulate the goddamn judge. Yo.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
This shit is ghetto motherfucking goofy, man. Ghetto motherfucking goofy. I saw this news report, and I saved it to my watch later, but I don't think I never pulled it up. But I thought it was I didn't even watched it, but I saw the title, and I wanted to see like what is this shit about. So let's see what this shit about. The title is Religious Leader Accused of Human Trafficking at Michigan Call Center. Let's see how this shit went down. What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
An elaborate religious human trafficking case. Also new tonight, an elaborate religious human trafficking case that spans the country but starts in Taylor.
And let's get right to Fox News. Charlie Linkton joining us live from one of 3 properties raided by the feds today. What did you learn here, Charlie?
Well, we learned a lot. First of all, this is a big indictment that came down here. 10 counts, mostly, though, about human trafficking. There's some money laundering in here. But let me tell you, I'm at the Kingdom of God Global Church in Taylor, Michigan. That's it right there. It's a huge place where a lot has happened over the course here. You can see state police are here. FBI is here. But take a look at this guy, though. This guy's name is David Taylor. He is the subject of this. He's 53 years old. He says he owns these call centers. That's what they're called, not only here, but in Tampa and Houston as well. He also says, at least according to the indictment, he is an apostle and Jesus is his best friend. He also has multiple face-to-face encounters with God. Now, here in Taylor, this center here is called the Call Center, where he's got what they call armor bearers. These are people that live and work here. They're unpaid, they're sleep deprived, and they must obey Taylor's orders, or if they defy God, they'll be punished. This is all part of the indictment. Now, he also says that he wants women to come in here, not only to take care of him, and then he makes them have a Plan B emergency contraception.
Here's the thing. Check this shit out, yo.
Tactical nuke incoming!
It's 20 motherfucking 25. How the fuck are you falling for these cult type shits? These weird ass dudes that said they had personal interactions with God. I don't feel sorry for these people. If these was are adults, if they adults, which clearly it was, because if it wasn't, they would have said it. If these people had some kind of mental delay where they were adults but had the mind of a child, then it'd be a problem. Well, if you're a functioning fucking adult and you falling for these cult, all these brother this and brother that, and all these little weird cult dudes that get all these people to sell all their stuff and give them all their money and move to a little dirty house in the jungle somewhere. And he's sleeping with all these dudes' wives, and he's saying that he got the seed of God and all this other weird shit that motherfuckers falling for in 2025, and then want to play victim and people feel sorry for. Man, listen. Goofy is goofy. You see this fucking man? You tell me you got a direct connection to God, but you got the George Jefferson? You got direct connection to God, but he can't give you no hairline? What the fuck? Fuck out of here. And you see these weird ass stories where motherfuckers be falling into modern day cult. And I can't understand this shit. Shit makes no fucking sense. I can't feel a lot of sympathy for a goofy motherfucker. Straight up. Did this man really make these people do this shit? How, Sway? Did guns go to their head? If I tell you I talk to God and I know God, and if you don't do this shit, God don't believe you, you goofy enough to believe that shit, you get what you get. What the fuck are we talking about here? If I tell a fully functioning adult that don't have any kind of mental delays that if you eat this shit sandwich, you're gonna get superpowers, and they eat it, am I really wrong? Am I really wrong? Or are they just stupid as fuck?
Bruh.
I forgot I had a video back up. Let me run that back.
Contraception. All in all, they raised about $50 million in donations from 2014. Now, to show you a little video over here of some reaction from people around the country that are affected by this guy, Taylor. Take a look.
It's not just happening right here in Tampa. It's Ocala. It was really all over the country. So this was an incredible network, if you will, that generated significant profit for the individuals that were engaging in the trafficking. So I think if there's any lesson for all of us is that this truly can happen in any community, anywhere in our country.
How could a pastor afford to live in a house like that? I mean, even some of the people who live there couldn't afford to live in that particular house in there.
All right, now what did he do with all this money? Well, he lived in an elaborate lifestyle, as you saw from Tampa. That's a huge 28,000 square foot mansion. He also bought Bentleys and Mercedes-Benz and a whole bunch of other things. He was arrested in North Carolina, and then he likely will be brought up here in Michigan. That's not decided yet. If he is convicted of the most serious charge, although they're all 20-year felonies. I am live here in Taylor. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, and then these followers donate money, trusted in faith, and they trust their pastor, their reverend, whomever, the leaders of the church, and they hope that they're doing the right thing, and then you see something like this. What can be done about it? What are they saying, Charlie?
Well, these are people that were apparently, I want to say brainwashed for lack of a better word, but this is a human trafficking case. He got these people into his church. He would not let them leave. And if they did try to leave, he would punish them physically, sexually, etc. He also said that they had to get a social welfare, like food stamps, and they had to bring them to the church. I mean, this is a human trafficking case as much as it is a money laundering case. In fact, more so, it's human trafficking with a religious tone. I mean, this is very severe, and it's not just here in Michigan, it's across the country. Definitely more on this story.
Yeah, it makes it even more disturbing. Charlie, thanks for the report.
A lot about this story ain't making sense to me. I'm going to have to possibly research this shit and look into it. Yes, I'm a little confuzzled about how this can even transpire, how we even get here. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm at my 2-hour point. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. Like, subscribe, comment, and please share. It doesn't cost you a penny, nickel, or a dime, and it is 100% free. Don't cost you nothing. But if you want to support the channel, the cash out right there, $ be streaming. Anything will be appreciated from $1 on up. We're gonna look into this Diddy stuff Friday for sure. If not this weekend, we shall see. With that said, yo, I'm just gonna get my black ass on up out of here. Thanks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Y'all have a great day on this good old Wednesday, aka Hump Day. Don't forget to self-improve today in some kind of way. I gotta go eat me something and start doing my gym prep. Get my body ready. And yo, deuces. Don't do that anymore. We put it on the little screen so you can see the whole video. So we do it like this.
Type shit.
Stop playing with me, Drake. DJ K.